We are gone. Oh, well, we are gone, and there's Ross not there. It's all good. Hello, all. Welcome to Actual Play. We are here for a very special episode of Best Friends Forever, created with one of the creators right here. Ross, why don't you tell us about this game that we're about to play?
I would love to. Hi, everybody. So Best Friends Forever is a role-playing game that I wrote with my mother, Terry Colleen. And in it, we're going to play a group of young girls and explore kind of what those relationships are like, what those friendships are like, and go on a bunch of sweet hanging out adventures together. That's it. Nice. It's based off of Fall of Magic. The mechanics are based off of Fall of Magic. So if you've seen that game before, there's a lot here that will seem familiar.
I have played that game.
Yeah, me
as
well.
There might have been some people who have played this game.
I may have played that game 3 or 4 or several times.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh, and I was so excited to play this game. I skipped over some minor things. I'm Sean Nittner. I use he/him pronouns. Ross, what are your pronouns?
I use he and him as well.
Awesome, cool. How about you, Elf? What's up with you? You've never been on the channel, so
I've never.
you.
Yeah, first actual play appearance. Hello,
Yay.
hi, it's me. Oh my god, I know. I'm Distracted Elf, and I have she/her pronouns, please, for me. And I'm excited to play. I'm excited to play BFF. I think it's gonna be really fun. I've heard only hype things about, and it just
hype.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yay!
Strash.
Hey, I'm Strash. I use he/him pronouns, and I've had a couple of long, grueling days of work, so I am excited to play a game that's heartwarming and full of friendship. And also, hi, Alf. Welcome to Actual Play. I've never gotten to play with you before, so I'm very excited about that. So,
is this really the first time we've never played a game with each other? That's crazy.
I've never played with you either.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta make some good first impressions.
It's a game of firsts. Yeah.
Just tell me how I do.
About friendships. So as long as we end up as friends, all's well.
I mean, of course we will. Of course.
I mean, how could we not? How could these lovely people not? Cool. So right now, everyone's just seeing our lovely faces. Ross, you want me to take everyone over to roll 20?
Yes, take us over to roll 20 and we'll start playing.
Yeah. Through the magical portaling of, oh, whoop, that's my email. How about we go to...
Whoa. Screen capture. Screen capture.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, very exciting.
Still email.
How about we try? There we go.
You're welcome, Colton. Really happy to stream this for you. We're so excited. Okay, are we there?
We're there.
Are we there? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so everybody, welcome to Best Friends Forever. We're just going to dive right in because it's that kind of game. So first thing we're each going to do is select one of these people that are there to be your character in the story. So everybody just go ahead and pick one and put it on one of those charm bracelets that are kind of in the top right of the screen.
Is there an order to this, or are we gonna come in a problem? Free for all? Oh,
yeah, free for all. I mean, I bet we can negotiate if people want to be the same.
I'm gonna cede my choice because Strash seemed to have like some hype about something, so I'm gonna cede my choice to Strash.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I did notice that there is a gal with a D20 on her shirt.
Yes.
And how can I not choose the gamer? So
all right.
I will grab him.
Yeah.
It will be. Is it Lulu or Lolo?
You get to decide.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my choice has to be Yuki. Or I guess I'm over here. I'll be over here.
Yuki is strong. I like.
Strong choice.
Yeah, it's a strong choice.
Like that's a power build there.
That's a meta. Power build. I'm on meta. Okay, I'm definitely on meta.
I'm kind of feeling Gabriella Paola. That's kind of what I'm feeling.
Nice.
That's kind of what I'm feeling. Okay, awesome. Great. So we did that. Next, we are each going to choose a charm for our charm bracelet. So you're going to pick a charm for yourself out of these lovely charms that are over there in the charm bucket. And then after choosing, you want to take a charm and then describe how that charm represents maybe something you like about yourself or some memory, some memento, something like that. Okay. And we can go first.
Cool. Oh, since you seeded the pick for character, why don't you grab a?
I'll grab a. Yeah, I'll grab
I
a.
grab
I
a
have
charm.
already ninja.
Oh, you
I
already
know,
got
you've
your
already-
D20.
already got-
Okay. Oh, wait. No. Okay, Strash. What you gotta talk about it? What's
Yeah.
this D20?
Yeah, tell us about what it represents for you.
Well, it's a D20, and it represents. I guess it's totally. I feel like gaming was a really big part of my own childhood and teenage years, and I think that I picked a character who not only is doing this, but is kind of proud of it. Like
Nice.
it took me a while before I was bold enough to wear all my geek colors on my shirts every day, but this gal is ahead of me, so I feel like this is a very meaningful thing for her.
Nice.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Great.
I got one.
Go for it.
Let's grab this one here. I'm gonna grab
Oh.
I dig it.
this sweet skull and crossbones because Yuki is hardcore. I mean,
Yeah. She is.
she knows how to rock it. I mean, look at her.
All right.
She's got her own sense
Yeah.
of style. She doesn't give any shits at all.
Hell yeah. I love it.
You want to go, Russ?
I want you to go. I already know what I'm doing.
All right. Cool.
There's no way you could bite on my style. Yeah.
All right.
I knew it.
So I'm going with this sweet, sweet elephant, and I think Sophie loves to skate around town. She also has a real affinity for skulls. I think they might, as you can maybe see on her shirt.
Oh yeah.
But she wears her elephant stuffy that is like beat to hell because it is like 12 years old, or maybe if she's 12 it's like 10 years old, but she has this elephant stuffy and it hangs on her belt, and it's just like
nice.
all the beans in the beanie bag of the body have like sagged to like one end, but doesn't matter, she loves it. It's it's Ellie, her elephant, and
I love it. Oh, Ellie.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it. Okie doke. I am taking. I'm going to take this toothbrush and this toothpaste because I am super into oral hygiene, and my mom, who I idolize, is a periodontical surgeon, and that's what I want to be when I grow up.
Oh man.
My mom supports our whole family. And so I'm like that. I'm that guy that's always reminding everybody to brush their teeth, and I actually brush my teeth after every meal.
Ross with the Gabriella deep lore on
The
that
deep
one.
lore.
Yeah, right. See, I feel like, Russ, that you're bringing some serious insider knowledge here of the setting. Well,
I'm a method actor, and I'm basing this off of an actual friend of mine.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, just doing a little substitution there, a little friend substitution. Shout out to Melanie Lofstead. #. Okay, cool. Great. So we all chose. So next, everyone is going to. So if you see there, if you could imagine that all of our friends are sitting around a table, clockwise. We're going to go around clockwise, and everyone is going to give a charm to the friend to their left, and then talk about how that represents something that they like about that friend. So starting with Yuki, you're going to give me a charm and tell me how that represents some connection between our characters,
Okay.
memory or something you like about me.
All right. I think. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to give you this one, the drama charm.
Yes.
And I think that we have been in the same school productions several times.
Love it.
Both
Nice.
kind of nerds about that stuff. And that's where we formed our initial friendship, I would say.
Love it.
Nice.
Okay, now Sophia, you're going to give something to Yuki.
Sweet. I know exactly what it is. Yuki. Oh, I'm clicking on OBS. That's useful. Yuki. Too many screens. Yuki, I'm deleting you scissors because I think you have some mad crafting skills, and I think we have spent many hours making cool paper mache things and just built other stuff together. I'm sure your costume has some of its own stuff that you've stitched onto it, and you just super good at crafting. So
Definitely.
give me the scissors.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Okay. And then Lulu?
So I have to give a charm to Sophia.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm giving one to
Sophia,
you.
I'm about to say things about you, and Sean, let me know if you don't think this is legit. But I have a feeling that 1 second. I'm gonna give you this cat bracelet or this cat charm.
Oh yeah.
And what I'm gonna do that is basically when I was younger, I was not quite the tall, gawky gal that I was now, that I am now, and at the time, I really wanted to adopt a kitten that I had found, but my parents were deathly allergic, and so I couldn't have it, and I couldn't care for it myself without keeping it in my house. And you took care of the cat for me, and that's how we became friends in the first place.
My family adopted the cat, but we hang out with all the time with Kitty. Okay,
That's right.
I love it. What is this kitty's name?
On the spot now, cannot come up with cat names.
Mittens.
I have a cat. It's gonna be Nemo.
Nemo. Nice.
Nemo.
Hey,
That one's for you, Matthew.
that's
Gagan.
for you, Matt. Yeah, yeah. Nemo, a longtime watcher of the show. Nemo, you're finally getting called out in kitty form.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make this cat just like you if it's in a scene. It's gonna the mannerisms.
I love it. That sounds wonderful, Josh. I like all of that.
Okay, so now I'm giving. Okay, great. And then now I give a charm to Lulu. And Strash pointed out something really important, which is that we all have final say over what's true about our own characters. So if if somebody says something or suggests something and you're not into it, that's totally fine. Just say like, hey, let's do something a little different. Something that connects us. It'd be funny if I did the dog. There's also this dog that
I do notice that there is yet another D20.
There's 2 D20s? Where's the other D20?
Hang on. I'll see if I can pull it out.
Is it hiding somewhere?
Yeah, it's the bright pink one right there.
Oh yeah, that's just an illustrated D20.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It'd be funny if there was like all of the dice. There's like a D4.
I mean, there is a castle there.
There's a castle. Yeah,
There's definitely a castle. Oh, that would be good. I want to kind of pull it in a little bit. Oh, I know what I'm going to grab. I'm going to give you the mirror, Lulu, because I think you have like mad DIY beautician skills. I think you dyed your own hair, and I think you. I don't know if you guys can see this, but Lulu's rocking some pretty like sweet, weathered, stressed jeans.
Yeah.
I think you might have stressed those jeans on your own. Like maybe you kind of shop on a budget a little bit, but you like got those. And I don't know. I think like I have enough money, so I can just kind of like buy whatever I want. I've got like one of those crazy like rich kid allowances, for my mom because she spoils me. But I think you really like. I don't know. I'm really impressed with your skills and how you always manage to look good.
All right.
Yeah.
I believe we've done the clockwise. Now what?
We did it. Okay, great. So now, everybody, if you don't mind. Oh, wait. First, everybody, right click and copy your character because you are going to need it again. Copy.
Got it.
Okay, great. So everyone go over to the Hangout map. And this is a list of this is a map showing all the different hangouts that we can choose from. So next we're going to choose one of these hangouts and play out some scenes to kind of find out what's going on with these kiddos. So don't put your character here yet, Lulu. You don't have to. You'll not till we're not even at the hangout yet. This is just the map of all the possible hangouts. It's like Inception level stuff is going on here.
All right.
So for the playtest version, we've got 5 different choices. For the final version, there's going to be 12 total. But the ones that we can choose from are all listed here with the little banners. So we've got Lulu's basement, Mrs. Way's yard, a sleepover at Tiffy's, Camp Summertime, or Ghost Duck Middle School. Those are our choices.
Well, I can imagine some sweet, sweet games being run in Lulu's basement. That seems like a pretty strong choice right there. I mean,
That is pretty strong.
I'm into it. Is that okay, Lulu?
Yeah,
you going to
great.
invite us over to your basement? Okay.
Yeah,
let's,
I mean-
let's go hang out in my.
Let's go over to your basement, right? Okay.
It's kind of meta if we're gonna play some role-playing games inside a role-playing game, but I'm just saying, like, I'm for it.
All right, great. Lulu's basement. Hey, everybody. Okay, are we there? Can everyone see the basement?
Hold on a sec. I gotta switch it over.
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna want to paste your character on there as well.
Lulu's basement. Roll 20. Oh yeah, that's actually very
Boom.
well fit.
Boom. Okay, great. Lulu's dad bought pizza. Put the die on the full pizza. After each scene, move the pizza counter one space to the right. When the pizza is gone, you either have to tell us how we get more or end the hangout. We're changing this mechanic, by the way. So this is the beta mechanic. It's a pizza mechanic, and we're going to run out of pizza eventually, and that it's going to end the hangout, or we're going to get more pizza. So that's what we're doing here. We're gonna take turns. On your turn, you are going to choose one of the scenes. So our choices are Dad's Collection, The Machine, The Unfinished Room, Cube Farmer RPG, Band Practice, Dad's TV, Kiki Lua, or The Abandoned Toys. You're going to choose that scene and decide which characters that you want to be in that scene. And then in addition, I'm also going to deal y'all a hand of these 3 friendship cards, which you should all have now. And you're going to choose one of those friendship cards and you're going to play it. And if you played Fall of Magic before, the friendship card is going to be your story prompt for the scene. So before the end of the scene, you have to integrate that prompt into that scene somehow. And then when the scene, then you end the scene whenever you like. And when the scene is over, you're going to give that friendship card to another one of the friends. That is how you play Best Friends Forever. Who wants to go first?
Ooh,
Do you want to lead us off?
Sure.
So we can see how this goes.
Yeah, hit it.
Yeah, let me show you how it's done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for showing us.
Show us the professional level.
Let me just show you. Let me show you.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
with
cool.
you, Sean. Sean Hayworth has joined us in chat, and I'm
welcome,
all
Sean.
about band practice.
Band practice sounds great. We'll go to band practice. And we're Gab, who's in band together? I don't think I'm actually in the band, but I think Sophia and Yuki are in the band. And I'm watching. Lulu, are you in the band or not?
I think I actually have some decent music skills. I know
Sounds
that
great.
Yeah.
Great. So we're all at band practice, and oh man, here we go. This is perfect. I'm going to share a compliment at some point during this scene. That's going to be easy.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Oh, hey, roll 20 mechanics wise. What do we do to look at our cards?
You click the
cards yeah. Sorry.
Nice.
No, go for it, Elf.
I was just gonna say, if you click the cards above your little picture on the bottom of the Roll20 thing, it'll give you like a hand, and then you can drag stuff from there.
Cool.
Yeah, and then you can.
Should we each drag a card into play? Is that like
No, not right now.
Just
Yeah,
the scene initiator, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Otherwise, that would be too many story prompts. Okay,
many
great.
prompts.
So now it's my job. It's my turn. So it's my job to just kind of set the scene, describe it, and then we're just going to continue going back and forth like a conversation. It's my scene. I'm like the GM of the scene. I get final say over what happens. We all have final say over what's true about our characters. And those are basically the things. So I have been. So we're all hanging out at Lulu's basement, and I am sitting cross-legged on the concrete, watching as my besties Sophia, Lulu, and Yuki set up for band practice. And I've never heard y'all's band before. I know you've been working on it really hard, and I am just sitting here munching on pizza and excited to hear you guys, but also kind of scared that I'm not going to like it. And I am the kind of person that is brutally honest. And I'm actually like really nervous about hearing you guys play. So describe, what are you all doing? What do you play in this band?
So I think Yuki is like a sick keyboardist,
Yeah.
And when I say sick keyboardist, I mean she knows how to play chopsticks and like can press buttons.
I mean, look at her. Like she's got like
she's
keyboard
got like
playing
the
hands right now.
the posture,
She's ready.
but also like the keyboard has to be set really low on the like stand because she's like small.
Right.
Okay.
So she's just like setting up the instrument and like making sure everything's working. There's like some discordant noises coming from various presses of keys. As she's like checking everything to make sure. And there's like, you know, the electric keyboard that turns into a harpsichord, that turns into a piano, that turns into like kind of stuff.
Like the cats.
Yeah. The like choir noises.
Yeah. Yep. I think Sophie would be on the ground, laying on her back, adjusting the little stand to make sure it was right for Yuki, like helping out with that. She's helpful in that kind of way. Before she got up and got behind those drums, because she likes beating on those drums. Sometimes a little too monotonously. Sometimes she plays like. Sometimes she needs to realize that she's not in a drum solo because she's just like has a real good time, like da 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 da. But she has a real good time banging on them. So yeah, that's I think where you find her. And she tries not to do it while we're still getting set up though, because she knows it's really loud.
How about Lulu? Who's the one with the actual skills? You've got the setup in your basement.
Right. So I think Lulu actually does 2 roles because you need 2 remaining roles to fill this concept of the band out. And one of which is
band.
But I play guitar and I also do vocals.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Oh, there's a sweet amp. All right then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was covering it up, but now I've moved myself close to the drums, but without covering bad practice.
All right, cool. So I think that there's just kind of like general clattering as everything's getting set up, and I'm actually starting to get pretty excited. I mean, like Lulu, I'm like kind of, there's some keyboard noises happening, there's some drumming happening, and it's actually like sounding pretty good, and you've got the once Lulu starts playing guitar, I noticed that like Lulu's actually got skills. It's like you can just kind of tell like. Everybody else, I think the 2 y'all, maybe I could tell you're not super comfortable with the instruments, like you don't spend a lot of time, but like Lulu, you just like flip on that guitar strap and, tune up your guitar super quick. It's like you were made to play this instrument. And I, and I say, well, great. Have you guys written some songs or something? You brought me down here. What do you want to show me?
Actually, Elf, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Kiki came up with our first song title. So Kiki, what is this song about? Or
my name's Gabriella Paola. Kiki Luau is the name of the scene behind me.
Yeah, my bad. I was staring at it. Yuki is what I meant. There's a
Yuki, got it.
It could be a nickname. I mean, it's the last
Kiki. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Kiki is Hawaiian for kids.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So you put me on the spot here. And I turn from my keyboard setup and go, I think I called it Having a Good Time with Friends Part 3, because the first 2 parts weren't so good. And okay. I figured if we start with part 3, then we can go back and make the other ones even better. And that way, like, the expectation,
Also, awesome. This way we start off with the trilogy so that we can make the next trilogy. Like we're prepared.
I mean, it's like a Star Wars thing, You
start totally like a Star Wars thing. You start with 3.
Yeah. I get it.
Or 4. One of them.
Yeah, like a Star Wars thing. Okay. I've never seen Star Wars. Is that something I should have seen in order to understand this song?
No, it's no. Lulu, just start, please. Just start.
Red. So, Elf, tell me what is the style of music that Best Friends Part 3?
I think we can only call it a little bit discordant, with only your talent saving it from sucking completely.
Awesome.
Is what I would say. But like it's fun. Is
it like a pop song though?
It's like poppy and lively because we've got like a keyboard and I figure I don't really know. I'm not much of a music person like out of games, so I can't really.
I think I start with the snares because like that's a good like opening. Like I think I keep doing them for too long, but that's okay.
But then like
Lulu kicks in,
and just what kind? Are you a guitar person? Are you a guitar person, Josh? Do you have?
I am not. I'm a piano person. I have 13 years of piano under my belt. But
all right, then do you mind if I say that you're playing a Les Paul?
There you go. That sounds great.
So Lulu's got this like butterscotch colored Les Paul with this like tiger strap, and she just and like for a long time you're just kind of like nodding along, you know, while this cacophony is going on in the background. It's like this. It's like the churning of a washing machine. It's like a washing machine with a bunch of shoes inside it. And then you just like strum this one golden chord, and you've got this like sick tube amplifier that's just. It just warms up the room, and it's like melted butter over the top of this noise. And you start singing, and even though like the microphone's pretty crappy, I imagine like Lulu's got this like really beautiful like Nina Simone baritone voice, and you know you're just like best friends part 3, you know, just like, and it's gorgeous. And I think like Gabriella, I'm just like completely transfixed. I'm actually like, I have like a piece of pizza hanging out of my mouth. I'm just like, you know, and you're singing the song and everything's kind of churning, and then everything stops. And I realize that I have pizza in my mouth, and I just put it down and I just start clapping. I'm like, guys, you're like actually good. Like actually good. Like I didn't think you were going to be good, but you're actually good. Wow.
Yeah, we know.
Do you think we should enter the talent show?
I think you should name your band.
Oh, I'm not good at names.
I'm really good at names, so I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'll come up with something.
I think
I'll
you
talk
can name
to you about
this,
it later.
You can name the song, and so I feel like the song is. Yeah, if she can name the song, she can name the band.
What about something like and like she puts on this really thoughtful face that's clearly like Yuki coming up with an idea. Like you've all seen it like a whole bunch of times where it's just like, you know, like this really long silence from her.
I think Sophie like likes Yuki's sort of wild ideas, and so she's like hunching over her drums, like waiting, like what's it gonna be? Like she's
we're just like it's this moment of silence. You know?
Definitely.
What about super wonderful mega best friends together forever?
Oh wow, that's the longest name I've ever heard.
You can abbreviate it with letters. I don't know what it spells yet, but super
mega ultimate best smub. Smub.
All right, great. And that is how you guys got your band name, Scene. Okay, so lastly, so now I have to share a compliment to somebody. And this just also kind of represent, and then you're going to have this card in your hand, and you can use it in future scenes. It just kind of represents how ideas travel around inside of a friend group. And I think I paid you that compliment, Lulu. So I'm actually going to give the share compliment to you. So go ahead and right-click share the card and add it to your hand.
Awesome.
Okay. And normally, if we were sitting around a table, we would go clockwise, just to the next person. I have on my but we all see each other completely differently. We don't have like a shared order. Is that a thing in Twitch?
It's not. Well, if you look, I mean, right now it looks like. Down the line, it's you, Elf, me, Strash. So we can go in that order.
Sean, why don't you just you be in charge of telling us who's next?
All right. So that makes Elf next.
Oh, it's me? All right.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Also, something important happens. So I did consume some pizza in that scene. So we're going to... Okay.
No.
Move the pizza forward. Okay, so remind me again, Ross. It's that I pick where the scene takes place, and do I pick who is involved, or do they choose to opt in to be involved?
You choose everything.
Okay.
And like you know, people can be like, oh, you know what, I really don't want to be in this scene, or like maybe show up
I really
do
want to be in this scene. Yeah.
Yes, that's totally fine. But you know, the important part is that when it's your turn, you get to really we want to make sure that you have a great opportunity to make something happen that is really exciting about you and that features your character in an interesting way.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure there. I think we're gonna go for the Cube Farmer RPG scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're all welcome to participate, of course, if you'd like to play Cube Farmer RPG with me. But I'm gonna say you guys can opt in or opt out on this. I know Lulu wants to be involved, so Lulu,
Yeah, I think Lulu's definitely playing.
get in here.
I am not playing because it freaks me out that you guys are into this nerdy stuff, but I'm watching from I'm
Okay,
watching.
you're like watching from a distance. Yeah. You're
Right.
like not you don't want to get too close to the nerdy stuff, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
Sophia plays, but she's really antsy and doesn't do a good job of like sitting still very long.
Oh,
so,
she's a distracted player, the worst kind.
so
I
she,
say-
Phone's out the whole time.
I say as distracted elf.
yeah.
Obviously.
So
All
so she's actually on her skateboard for a lot of the time. She moves this like little blue pink bench out of the way and like kind of skates
So
back and forth like really short distances because she just isn't good at staying still.
So I have this idea that the scene is basically like Lulu, if I can opt you into the DM seat here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's basically like almost a one-on-one between Yuki and Lulu in terms of the focus. But there's like, the other two of you are there, and Sophia's like opted in to play, but not always quite paying attention. Like, what do I roll? What do I do? Like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I think like Gabrielle is playing, but she just does. She also just like
Yeah.
and like gets bored super
So
early.
there's-
Like
So I think there's this like rapt attention where Yuki like really gets drawn into the. Oh, sorry. What?
remember to play your card.
Oh yeah, my card. Right. So I'm gonna throw out share your feelings.
Oh.
I don't know
Nice.
if you can see that there. There we
It's
go.
Now we
there
can.
you go. That's better.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
So I think this like the zoom in on the scene, so to speak, is like this rapt, attentive Yuki, like listening to Lulu describing like what's happening at this point in time, and she's got her little character sheet in front of her, like this little blocky character model that she clearly spent a lot of time like painting this specific one, because she's got that creative streak. And so what's happening in the game right now?
Well, clearly we are cube farmers, so I think that the little cube village that we have been shepherding for a while and bringing resources to is about to have a crop of purple cube beets or radishes. Just come like the dice have been rolled and we know that it's going to come up, but there was a complication, and Lulu like really draws it in how it's on the last night, that the grand harvest is tomorrow, when all of a sudden a Cubosaurus Rex attacks. Pulls out a little stuffed animal and has it march towards the fields, and yes, exactly.
And Yuki cries out and she goes, "No, not the Cubosaurus Rex! The Cubosaurus Rex is my mom!" In her little dinosaur, because she's got a little dinosaur costume on. She's kind of in that theme there.
I think that's the first time Sophia gets engaged. She's like, "Yeah, sweet, this is the time." Like this is the part that she actually cares about, is fighting the Cubosaurus Rex.
So I think I think Lulu actually seeing that you're feeling like a little bit of angst over this, talking about your mom, tries to be a good GM and offers you options other than maybe just the Cubosaurus Rex, and it says well, do you want to talk to it? Do you think you can talk it away from eating the grand harvest?
Of course I can talk it away. I've spoken Cubosaurus Rex since birth.
Yes, I think that there's some moment where we all just I'm all right, so let's talk about the roles. Sophia, how do you feel about not fighting the Cubosaurus Rex?
Oh, but
I'm looking at you with this these pleading eyes of
yeah, you've
no,
been
don't kill it.
You've been crafting some crazy weapon just for this moment.
Yeah, I'm I have a +3 cube smasher. It is so sweet. It's the cube smasher of scintillating powers. When it smashes, I get 3 different colored cubes out of it.
The assimilating cube smasher.
I love that you farm cubes by smashing monsters.
Yeah, totally. I smash the cubes out of the monsters. I don't know.
The meta RPG design here is that Cube Farmer ends up existing after BFF comes out. Yeah.
So like Sophia is like looking at her character sheet. This is the one thing that she's like good at and pays attention to when we fight stuff because she's just like that. And so she's staring there and she's like, okay. We still have our cube supplies, and she's like kind of doing that rationalizing thing where she's like trying to figure out like a reason that she can say it's for herself. She's like, yeah, I'm charging up my cube smasher. It's like an ultimate smash next time. That's it.
Nice.
Yuki's like, yeah, I'm sure there's like smaller ones or like different ones that are gonna come. You gotta have the cube smasher ready, but not the Cubosaurus Rex. You know, like I'm gonna talk to it. And,
Okay.
and like
You've got my hammer.
She rolls,
that's the thing people say.
Rolls some dice, you know, to see if she can approach the Cubosaurus Rex, and like moves her little mini up the field next to this big stuffed animal that Lulu's put down, and goes like, "Excuse me," you know, like in Cubosaurus Rex ease, obviously.
I think the Cubosaurus Rex. Lulu is super engaged, right? Like she's totally describing like the Cubosaurus Rex eyes you, but at the same time, you see that its attention is drawn towards the grand harvest. You hear the thunderous sound of its belly rumbling.
I love it.
I'm totally like getting into this, like flicking lights, that kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
She's got like the boombox with like the dinosaur roaring noises and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we brought the keyboard over.
Oh
yeah,
totally.
totally.
Keyboard, yeah. And I think like Yuki tries to negotiate with the Cubosaurus Rex, but she doesn't succeed. Like she rolls poorly.
Roll fails.
Yeah, she makes that one roll that like determines the whole outcome of this one big event that matters to her, and it doesn't come up the way
you roll three reds.
Yeah, or like a one, you know, whatever. However, or I guess
or like
it's cubes.
one of the cubes lands on top of one
D6.
of the other cubes, which is like
it's bad.
It's really bad when that happens.
Oh, the cube stacking.
Yeah, cubes. You rolled a stacked reds.
So it just like doesn't come up the way she wants, and she looks like really upset about it, sort of thing. And she's looking to Lulu, all like, "What can you do for me here? Like, what's gonna happen?"
Oh man, what kind of GM is Lulu? This is such an important character moment. Are you OSR or are you a storykeeper?
I do. You did put a D20 on her shirt.
We did.
I think. You know what it is? I think what it is I think Lulu very much. The thing is that we're best friends, right? And we've played this game for a while. So I think Lulu. My inner gut says that I should be like. I should be nice. I really just want to feel warm feelings with my friends. But Elf, you set a very sad scene.
I know.
So I think that there's a moment where, like, I put a hand on your shoulder and I say, "I'm sorry, but the rules make me do this." And I grab a handful of the little purple cubes and like pour it into the mouth and like have it
like the massive Cubosaurus Rex roll. Yeah.
It's the dice tower, but it's so good.
So good.
And I think in the aftermath, of because like there's probably a bit of a fight now, or whatever, and that happens, and we'll elide that, right?
Sure.
But I think in the aftermath, like Yuki talks to Lulu after the game's over or the scene's over, and says like, I'm sad that Zrathgrax the Destroyer, my beloved character, has gone the way of some other characters that in the past I thought she would be the one to stay around, but I'm glad that you did what you thought you should have done, and like I understand, and we're still friends. It's a game, I was like really interested, like with movies and stuff. So it's like this reassuring my GM that it's okay that you killed my characters.
Oh, you got eaten, or actually you got cubed.
You got cubed.
Yeah, you got turned into fertilizer.
I think Lulu very much like. So like I think Yuki is shorter. Like Lulu's pretty.
Oh yeah, the size. I imagine the height difference between them being the most drastic between all of the groups.
Yep.
So I think Lulu gives you a big hug and says, "Thanks for understanding, Yuki." And then like tries to pep you up and goes like, "But next time, let me tell you, there's going to be an adventure for like the Great Cubic Zirconia, or like
And immediately it's like, if you have like a mini or like a thing that you want to paint, you just give it to me. I won't tell them about it, and we'll make it really cool.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that's definitely it.
That's the scene, I think.
Okay.
That is
So-
lovely.
So that was sharing my feelings about RPGs.
Lovely. So now you get to offer that card to one of your friends.
I feel like me and Lulu had that scene, and I know Lulu's got the other card as
It's
well.
totally fine.
Oh,
Totally fine.
Josh is totally power gaming this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Now I can share feelings with everybody. So powerful.
All the feelings.
And of course, while playing games, we consume some pizza, right?
Yes, we do.
Pizza.
So Josh, go ahead and right click and put that card in your hand. Just put it with the other one.
I'm trying to right click on Twitch. My bad. One second.
No.
I've been doing it on OBS.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, cool.
Everyone on Twitch has been watching me move Sophia around the whole time. You can't see it in Roll20 because it only shows you when I land. But on Twitch, they've been all seeing me having to skate back and forth the whole time.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so who's next, Sean?
I am next, so I should look at my cards. Oh yeah, I totally got it. Okay. Okay. So the card I'm playing is make up a ritual. And where I want to set the scene is in the unfinished room. As I envision the unfinished room, it is having been in lots of houses that have things like this in the basement. When you go into that spot, the ground is like 2 or 3 feet of paved basement ground, and then it's where the house and like the hill kind of meet, and so it sort of starts going up and it gets pinched smaller and smaller, but it's raw, it's black, somewhat moist, not really, but a little damp dirt. Nothing grows in there because there's no light, but there's a tiny little grate from the street with a tiny little bit of light coming in, so you just enough to sort of see around, and like it's where all the it's where all like the vent ducts go and stuff like that. And so there's all these little like narrow kind of corner passages, and we've like kind of sort of been told not to go in there, but
yeah,
not really, right? Like I think we've been told don't go too far. Right, that's what we've been told. It's not you can't go in there. It's don't go too far in there. So, I think, yeah. So, who wants to go with Sophia into? Sophia has her phone, and that's what's using to light up.
Totally going in there. Well, I'm so much bigger than you.
Oh, yeah. I made myself smaller so I could fit on the stage a little better.
Oh God! Oh,
there we go.
We need to agree to scale. That's one funny thing about.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about Roll20 is that you can
bases should all be the same size, and then they're all to scale with each other.
Okay, I'll try and resize to
whatever. We're splitting hairs here.
I don't think Yuki goes on this one because I think she puts out this like image of being like hardcore dinosaur badass.
Yeah.
But, like she's scared of the little passageways and like getting caught or like doing stuff that's against the rules when people tell you not like specifically not to do it. She's not really into that.
Okay.
So
I think Lulu actually would usually go with you, and you know that Lulu's usually down for this sort of adventure, but she says that she's going to stay behind and be a lookout in case the parents show up. But she just wants to make sure that Yuki has a little bit of company and she doesn't feel like she's the only one being left out.
That's very
awesome.
That's very thoughtful of you, Lulu.
Oh
yeah. Okay, cool. So Sophia and Gabriella Paola.
Right. And the ostensible reason for going in here is because Sophia, when she got really excited about using the cube smasher, rolled one of the dice in here. So she's like, I'm going to go get it.
Right.
Who's going to come with me? Right.
Yeah.
And so there's a D20 or a D cube smasher die. It's like somewhere in here. And she's got her phone out and she's like,
it's kind of dark in here.
Oh yeah.
And Gabriella's kind of like walking and looking around, and there's also just kind of like weird construction junk and weird. I think like you kind of described this as being into a hillside a little bit, and there's little things that are poking out from the hillside. Like maybe at one point, this was like a place where people used to just dump their trash like a long time ago.
Oh, nice.
And so there's I see like a little bit of an old pop bottle sticking out, and I can see that up in the rafters, the rafters have that kind of old ceramic knob wiring, but the knobs are just there and the wiring's gone. Have you ever seen those things? It's like they used to have like just bare wires that were attached to these like ceramic knobs, and that was how they did wiring a long time ago.
Oh wow, nice.
Anyhow, so yeah, there's just it's really old. Everything back here is like really old, and I sneeze a little bit, like, oh, it's really dusty back here, Sophia. I don't know if this is good for my lungs. I have to take really good care of my voice.
Oh yeah, definitely do not eat any of the insulation that's wrapped around the ducting, because it's made of fiberglass or asbestos or both. I don't know, but they're both bad to eat. I know that you shouldn't, like, even though it's really soft, I've been told don't play with it. So don't like lick it or crawl on it too much.
Yeah, that's going to be really easy to not do because it's disgusting.
Well, but it's really soft and cool. I was thinking we could make like a little fort in here.
Like a asbestos fort?
Well, no, because if we have the silver side up, then we're safe. So it's totally fine.
No, Sophia. I'm not going to do that. It's not a good idea.
Okay. Because you don't want to eat asbestos. I get it. I don't either. I think that's bad. But there's a way to make it safe. Is that if we check all the corners every time when we go to sit on it first. Because there's this little, and I think she like pulls up, like fiberglass insulation, right?
Sure.
It's got like the wrapping. And so she's like, as long as we make sure that we have a rock on all four corners, then none of the fiberglass will get on us.
Okay, well,
but we need to, or not a rock. We need to find something heavy to put on all four corners. So we should dig around and find something heavy.
And like, so Gabriella is thinking about how right now she's like positive this is a really terrible idea, but in the background we can sort of see over her shoulder the visage of her acting coach from school, who is just saying, Sophia, remember, always yes and like trying to like, and I'm just like, okay, let's do it. Sure. And she gets down there and starts like helping you to spread is it really asbestos, or is this just like that fiberglass insulation?
It's just fiberglass insulation.
Okay, it's just fiberglass insulation.
I'm not actually like poisoning our children. I'm just
actually like, putting us in serious danger.
No, I mean, fiberglass is like a mindless skin irritant. Like it's great. It's not great, but if they're careful, they'll be fine.
Great. Okay, so we like spread it out, and so we're kind of like pulling it down from the ceiling and spreading it out a little bit, and I'm like coughing a little bit, and we're spreading it out, kind of putting some rocks down.
Yeah, and I think
okay, we did it.
I think this is cool, but I think the important part is like what we put on each corner, like because that's what like makes it our fort. And so when we're doing it, like we might have a couple rocks that we've like used to start it with, but when we're doing it, like Sophia makes a big point of being like, okay, so you have to say like how each thing is going to protect us, like keep us safe from all four cardinal directions. Because I'm sure this is pointing north, south, east, and west. Like just it's fine. But like so, So I think she starts, and we don't have to do every single one, but I think she starts by pulling up. You said there was like a pop bottle. I think.
And as soon as you started getting all witchy with this, like you totally got Gabrielle Paola's attention, and she's like super stoked now. She's like,
awesome. Yeah.
She's
so
like, okay.
She's like, she takes the bottle, and it's all covered. It's like a Coke bottle. It's an old glass Coke bottle, right? And it's like covered in dirt, but it's pretty. It's not like super grimy or anything like that. So it's easy to see from the little bit of light. And she's like, all right, so she holds the bottle, she cleans it off, and she says, and she like blows into it, so you hear the like blowing, and she's like, whistle for us whenever danger approaches, and she like puts it on one of the corners, so that
so good.
Then it's coming close, like it'll make that noise for us, or that's her idea.
Okay, great. And Gabriella Gabriella is just kind of like looking around, and she sees a bunch of roofing nails.
Nice.
And she grabs
like a box of them, or like
there's a box of them.
Nice.
And it's like there's a box of roofing nails sitting next to a pile of just like the roofing of shingles. There's just like a pile of shingles there next to the roofing nails, and she grabs the entire box of roofing nails and brings it over, and she takes the nails and then starts poking them into the insulation in a circle around both.
Oh, nice.
And she says, I read in this book that I checked out from the library that evil spirits can't cross a circle of iron. And so the circle of nails is going to protect us from evil spirits.
Yes, I heard that too. She hasn't heard it, but it sounds good, so she's totally heard that too. That's
I need to return that book. I think it's overdue.
That sounds like a really good book. So like this is like totally makes Sophia really happy because she loves having like a little space that they call her own. And even though this is Lulu's house and like she loves hanging out in Lulu's basement, like this is now like our special space. It has a story, and even if other people look in it and it looks like trash, to her this is like her and Gabriella Paola's like special space now, and this is where they can sit and tell each other stories, and they're protected and they're safe. Like no parents, no evil spirits, nothing like bad can get them if they tell each other stories.
Awesome.
So I like that very much, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you that make up a ritual.
Oh, great! Thank you so much. I'm gonna take it. Take card. Okay. Of course, everybody else is nomming on the pizza. Yeah. We're down to one piece. Only one piece of pizza left.
Yeah, while you're performing rituals, we're nomming.
You're performing a disappearing ritual on pepperoni with olives.
Yeah. So now we've been around the whole circle, right?
We have. Yeah.
No, Lulu needs to do it.
Oh, Lulu.
Oh, Lulu.
Yeah. We had Lulu jamming, but that wasn't Josh's scene.
Yeah.
That's true. I got confused.
I was jamming in game, not jamming the scene game.
Yeah.
So meta.
Probably for the best that you weren't jamming the scene where you were jamming the character.
Yes.
It'd be too much power. Too much creative authority.
I think what's gonna happen is we're all gonna go watch TV because I heard that somebody has not seen Star Wars.
It is true.
Oh, yes.
It is true. I've not seen Star Wars.
So clearly, I'm going to show you my favorite Star Wars because if we're playing this in 2018, it's going to have to be Force Awakens. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We don't need to be tied to any old. Yeah.
Awesome.
I also think that if we're playing teenagers who want to watch a movie that's really fun and there's cool action and exciting stuff and neat protagonists, that's an excellent choice. Strash, the person, may have a long and valid argument about the cinematography and the narrative construction of The Last Jedi. Lulu does not. So,
Fair enough.
I don't want to get into this conversation.
no. I'm saying if I had to pick a movie, I would choose a different one. Although I would probably start with the original trilogy just because I'm that kind of nerd. But yeah, Lulu definitely is all about showing somebody a good time and sharing something that she loves.
That's great.
So
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
That's what we're doing.
Appreciate that, Lulu. Okay, and so which of your many cards do you wish to play?
Let's see.
You collected
here.
Rummy yet?
This is Pokemon, right? You're trying to get them all.
I think actually, I know that this was played earlier, but I enjoyed. I feel like this is appropriate, right? Like I think I'm going to share my feelings.
That's great.
So I think that Lulu is enthusiastically trying to tell everyone how excited she is for this movie, and like there's a whole lot going on. Like obviously nobody's expected to watch the movie religiously, and I think that we are expected to kibitz and make comments.
Okay, great.
So yeah, I think that's just the scene.
Awesome. Yeah. And I'm imagining like the four of us kind of squished together on this like really sweet couch that your dad's got down there. What's the couch like?
So I don't know that it's actually sweet. I think that we have a much nicer one upstairs.
Okay.
The basement
this is the retired one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Got it.
But
so
it's definitely
butt divots.
I think that it's also like super comfy and like it's one of those like extra squishy couches. Like it never had like high grade stuff. This was probably one of the couches that my folks bought like early on when they had just gotten married or something like that. And like so like it got moved downstairs and it definitely has like a lot of love, but I think maybe the edges still have some claw marks from that cat that I had to give away that was only here for a couple days but still messing stuff up. And
cool.
There's a spot on that where Sophia sits that has wax that she was playing with a candle at one point and was like holding a candle and like accidentally spilled some, and so like when wax gets on like upholstery it never comes off, so there's this little like wax stain which she like always covers up because she's totally embarrassed about it. She absolutely did that, but that basically became her spot. What's the wax stain spot?
So what's happening on the screen right now, Lulu?
I think that there's like a so let's see, I'm running it through my head. I think we're actually probably like there's a really exciting chase with the TIE fighter escaping from the big star destroyer.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And like, why, how come you can hear things? Isn't space supposed to be like silent?
Well, I mean, like, if you're in the cockpit of a spaceship, you can hear stuff.
Also, lasers totally go pew. Pew, 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 pew. That's like the sound of lasers.
Yuki is not participating in the conversation so much as she is, and you can notice if you look at her, mouthing along to every single word that is said in this movie. She clearly knows the whole script by heart.
Right.
And is like so engaged in it that she's like just ignoring the fact that you're even talking about it.
I love it. Gabriella is the only one of us who hasn't seen it for whatever reason. So Sophia keeps telling her about the thing that's just about to happen. Like,
yeah, totally.
Oh, this is gonna be the part where they do this thing. It's like right.
God damn it, Sophia.
And I'm like trying my darndest to like follow along. You know, like I definitely have an appreciation of cinema, and I have I'm in the Shakespeare Club. At school, and I am just trying. I'm like, okay, so yeah, I think that so that one stormtrooper is good, and the other ones are bad.
Yeah,
that's Finn. He has a name. Finn. That's why he's good. All the other ones are nameless.
Wow, that's really cool. That really reminds me, and I like cite some Shakespeare play, and I kind of like start talking about it a little bit. Not really paying attention to the screen as much. And then like something explodes over there and like, I start paying attention to the screen again.
Oh, you gotta see this. Yes. I think that there's probably some point when like particularly like when the Millennium Falcon first shows up on screen, like in Jakku, like when they're running for it. I think I try to explain something, but like the movie's going, so I think I have to pause it, and I want to see if like Yuki wants to reenact some portion of an old movie with me, so that we can catch our friend up on all
like,
the.
Yeah, like when Han Solo shows up, I'm like, who's that old guy? Oh, he was in The Fugitive. But he has both of it. What's he doing What's he doing here?
Oh my God, he's Han Solo! Yeah. Yuki, Lulu, show the scene with Han and Yoda. I mean, with Han and Luke.
And Yuki is like more than happy. Like, unlike some people who are into like a movie really hard, when you pause it, they'd like be annoyed by it. Yuki's like, oh yeah, totally, because she knows all the movies. She clearly had like parents that were really into it, and so when she was little, she's seen like all the old ones. She like reenacts a scene with Lulu to like try and like catch up on why Han Solo is important, and like how he came back to save his friends at the end of the first one, and that it was like really important to his character, and like he's a good guy and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I think Sophia is just doing all the pew pew sounds, like when the Millennium Falcon first shows up out of nowhere, and she's like, it's like pew 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 pew.
Do you skateboard like while they?
Yeah, totally. She's totally skateboarding along, like, yeah, I'm the Millennium Falcon. Pew 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 pew.
Oh, so Han Solo's the one that stole Luke's girlfriend, who was his sister. And then Luke and his sister are both the kids of that space wizard.
I think that's the Luke, I am your father scene totally.
Yeah, who has like the magic powers, like that other space wizard.
Why doesn't Leia have a laser sword? Why doesn't Leia have a laser sword?
Yuki,
I am your father.
Yuki just on her knees going, no, that's not true. That's impossible.
Yeah, it just like devolves like the movie.
It becomes background to all this like.
That was actually a really good elf.
Yeah, and Gabriella like gets up and just starts acting out some other character that's not in the movie at all. She's like, I am Lord of the Space Wizards. Would you like to go on a quest, young child?
I think we're all just playing out different scenes, totally not connected.
Also, Strash, it was really good because I'm talking about myself when I say I know all of the movies. Like,
I'm
experiencing some bleed here, some character bleed.
Appreciated.
Yeah.
I think unless somebody has something else they want to do, I feel like that scene.
Awesome.
I think that's great. Yeah,
that was
I think
fun.
that scene is like earmarked or capstone when one of us eats the last slice of pizza because it's all gone.
Yeah.
And Gabriella, I feel like I've shared some of my feelings of about Star Wars with you, so I would like you to take the card, please.
Okay, and then Lulu. So we're out of pizza now, so you can either, if you would like to have some more scenes here, you could get some more amount of pizza, or you could end the hangout.
I feel like I'm going to end the hangout, if that's all right, because I want to see what other exciting places we can hang out.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
So how does the hangout end?
I think it's just one of those moments when I realize that it's late, and I promised my mom that I would do the laundry and help out and stuff. So I make sure that I kind of feel like terrible kicking people out. So my first instinct is to immediately set the next time we're getting back together, and like, when are we going to see? Oh, I'll see you at practice. Oh, you got to come back to watch the next movie, and things like that. So
great. That sounds great. Okay, cool. So everyone go ahead and move back to the charm scene.
Cool. And why don't we use this as a good time to take a break?
Sounds great.
Since it's just right about the right time.
Sounds great.
So we'll all be back in about 5. And
you get to listen to the theme song again, everybody. It's gonna be so exciting.
It's a great theme song.
See you again soon.